Hey everybody! The purpose of this video is to get you a quick tutorial in how to graph a histogram on grouped data. We're going to use the same data set we used in the running the one-var-stats command on grouped data video. So if you take a look, here is the data, here's the statistics of the data we used, and here is the data itself. Reminder that data is in L1, frequencies are in L2. And if you're interested in seeing how to enter raw data and the frequencies, I'm going to give you the link right here. It's also referenced in the comments in case it's not clickable. I'm going to try to make it clickable, but in case it's not, it'll be referenced down in the comments. So our job now is to turn this into a histogram. So we remember how to make a histogram in basic form. You just go to second y equals to get to the stat plots menu. We're going to turn on plot number 1. You can turn on up to 3 plots at once. We'll just do one at a time for now. Let's turn it on by pressing enter. You get many types. So I'm going to go down into the type line, and then I'm going to go right until I get to the histogram line. We'll explore lots of these in class. Now here's the key. When you press enter to select histogram, the choices down here are going to change to XList and frequency. So XList is TIEs for where's your data. So your data is indeed in L1. Your frequency, however, is in L2. At least that's where I put mine. So I'm going to press second 2 to get a frequency of L2. And now what I want to do is I want to press zoom 9, which is my zoom stat command. Now before you do that though, you see how it's blinking A right there? Depending on the model of TI-83 you have, there is a bug, unfortunately, that happens, that kicks in right now. Take it out of alpha mode, oops, by pressing alpha, and now press zoom. And if you scroll down, zoom 9 is called zoom stat, and you remember that from the other video. That's a nice quick window that it'll find to fit your data in, and there is your data right there. There's your data right there. Now please notice it's widely spread out, and the reason it's widely spread out is mostly because we've got very few data points. You can get in here if you want. You're technically done right now. You've got a graph. But if you want to mess with it at this point, you can then go to Window and take a look at the scales that it has chosen for you. It's chosen to make an X-min of 4 and an X-max of 28 and an X-scale of 4. You can mess with those. I actually encourage students to mess with those. Change the X-min to say 0. Change the X-max to say 30. And then change the X-scale to say 5, for example. If you start messing with these, you don't want to press zoom 9 again. You want to simply press graph. And what graph will do is it'll keep your settings you just changed. If you press zoom 9, you'll go back to the exact same screen that you had before. So what you've just done is you edited the bars to make them a different width. Instead of being 4 wide, they're 5 wide. And they also start and stop at different places now. Once you're on the screen, just like you could before, you can press trace, and then it'll jump you from place to place. You have 3 data points between 0 and 5, 7 between 5 and 10, 4 between 10 and 15, none between 15 and 20. You've got 1 between 20 and 25, and then none between 25 and 30. And you can get in there and mess all you want with these bars. If you want, you can go in and make the scales even different. Like we did before, you can change the scales to 3, for example, and then press graph. Get a slightly different shape because it's filling the screen a little bit differently. Now if we press trace, you're broken up by 3s. There's 3 between 3 and 6, 7 between 6 and 9, 4 between 9 and 12. It's a pretty small data set, so we're not going to get all that much refinement on here. So anyway, you can break it down too small. Every once in a blue moon, you'll get an error, a stat error. If that comes up, we'll talk about it in class. So I hope this helped you get a quick little histogram tutorial for grouped data, and we'll see you in class.